Hi everybody, this is Osprey from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin and some of the Bitcoin related stocks, mainly over-the-counter stocks in this video. And so basically what we have here, this is the 15-minute chart. I know I have been showing the daily chart, but I want to show you this 15-minute chart. You can see the big breakout here. You know, it was trading down here at 11,800, and then it really got running. You know, it ran up here to this high close resistance level. So notice how I drew the horizontal resistance line across the top of this level, and then once the level finally broke on this candle right here, it signaled more upside potential, and you can see it broke out higher. The same thing happened here. It formed a top here at the what was that, the 13,466 level, and then finally there was a close above, and that led to the breakout higher. And so now what we had was a run up here to the 14,329 level, the top of this candle right here, and we were looking for a breakout higher, and that did happen, and it ran up to this 14.4 level, and you can see where it formed a double top. So it hit the 14.4, came down, hit it again, and then it pulled back. And so notice now it's starting a downtrend. The middle Bollinger Band here has broken on the 15-minute chart. The candles are riding the 9 simple moving average lower. So they need to get above this blue and red line to keep this uptrend going. So bulls want to see a quick reversal here. You know, this could be signaling a potential top. We were looking here at the climax spike here. You can see the upper wick off of the high, and that actually was the high. And then the next candle was a red candle, and notice the red candle was the largest volume spike of the entire day. And so what that was telling you was that people were locking in profits at that level, and that happened again here. More people locked them in, and then you had the big pullback on another volume spike, a red volume spike. And so you know, it just consolidated. It hit the 14.4 resistance level, and you know, the big thing now it's going to be is to break above that level. So above 14.4 is going to signal it wants to head higher. It's getting close to that $15,000 target that we were looking for. You know, we will look here at the we'll be keeping track of the you know, Bitcoin and the movement. We will be posting charts over the weekend as well. And yeah, I guess I needed to reload this. Yeah, but I was thinking I could show you the daily chart, because the daily chart's going to show us what we need to look for a breakdown. As you can see here on the daily chart, what we've been looking at is the share price had been riding above this 9-day simple moving average. It's this blue line here, and notice how it went parabolic today. It really broke out when it got above this 12,000 level. So it broke above, you know, the high close here, broke above, ran super hard, and then now we have the next candle forming, and it's currently a hammer. So we've got what could be a potential of a potential bearish setup here. It looks like it was not a gap up open. So that you know, that's good for the bulls. You know, if you get a gap up open, you know, that creates the more of a potential for a bull or a bearish reversal pattern to form. And so right now, you know, a bearish pattern could still form, but it's cruising right now. It still has a very strong uptrend. It's busting through the upper Bollinger Band. That is the red flag right now. So notice this candle is above the upper Bollinger Band. You know, many times the candles will work their way back into the bands once they get above that level. So what bulls want to see is they just want to see it continue riding this level higher. If not, you could see a pullback down to 12,000 to test this 9-day simple moving average support level. It's all the way down here at 11.6. So yeah, so this was a big break. We're keeping an eye on it. As you pull it out, you can see here the parabolic nature of the move. You can see how it has the Eiffel Tower pattern. You know, it's been heading higher, and then now we've got the big spike, and that's what we've been looking for. We're looking for the climax spike and then the potential pullback. You know, heading into the futures market, nobody knows what's going to happen. All we're doing is following the charts. You know, we're not following the chatter, but we do know that there is a catalyst coming up on Sunday when futures trading starts. And so we're looking on the charts to see any clues that it starts breaking down. Look at all the green candles in a row. You know, eventually, you know, it's gonna take a breather. Nothing can sustain this type of trajectory over an extended period of time. You can look at any history of any chart, and nothing goes straight up. So there will be a Fibonacci retrace. There will be a pullback, and that will provide another entry point for people that have missed the boat. So yeah, let's look here at GBTC. So the Bitcoin Investment Trust is up 6% here. It has a nice uptrend still going. It's still holding the EMA4, and so that's the level that I recommend just keeping an eye on. It's currently here at 16. It's the pink line. It's at 1639, and so if there's a close below that level, that's going to be your clue it's cooling down. You know, the last time that it closed below, you know, it tested it right here, but it closed below back here in November, and then it retraced back to the middle Bollinger Band. And so that's the risk here, is that if this EMA4 breaks, if the pink line breaks, it could drop all the way down here to 1200 and test the middle Bollinger Band. So that would be a big drop. Most people don't like to hold for a drop like that. So keep in mind, you know, that will be a bearish change in trend if that level breaks. The uptrend's still intact. It's still a strong chart. It just might take a breather and cool down. The red flag was yesterday. You know, this candle right here was a big red flag. You know, it formed, you know, it looks like bearish engulfing reversal pattern, and then it had the bounce off of EMA 13. But having a big red candle and a down day when Bitcoin was up big yesterday, that is a reason to take a little bit of concern. It could just be people, you know, trying to lock in gains before Sunday and not waiting until Friday. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Watch EMA4. If it breaks, that could be your signal that you know, people are locking in gains before the weekend. Let's look at GAHC. Yeah, because keep in mind, futures trading is going to start on Sunday, and then you know, people won't be able to trade their equities until Monday. So for GAHC, it finally broke out today. This was a sweet move. We had been looking for a breakout above this descending resistance line. That finally happened today, and so sweet move. That was the move that we were looking for. We want to see it stay above that line. The candle did bust above the upper Bollinger Band. You know, it closed at high of day. If the candles do pull back, EMA4 at 0.0225 is the key level to hold, that pink line. You really want to see it stay above 0.025 now. If it could stay above that level, then it could run up here to 0.0375. That is the next target, the high close from August. If it can get above that, then 5 cents is back on deck, the high close from back here in June. So keep an eye on GAHC. The chart is really heating up. It had the big volume spike today, and then it finally had the technical move that we had been looking for. If you look here on the 15-minute chart, you can see the move happen end of day. You know, it had been consolidating, and then finally around 2:30 or so, 2:45, it heated up with some volume, and then it busted through resistance. Notice that the red line there was the top moving average on this chart. I know it's difficult to see, but that's the 200 simple moving average. When it took out above that level, it was above all the moving averages on the 15-minute chart. And so what we were looking for was a break above the high close resistance, which was from the 30th and the 4th, and it closed just above that. And then we weren't sure, is it going to stall out there? Is it going to head higher? But everybody jumped into the trade. Big volume came in, and you could see it busted out higher. It got above the high close resistance here from the 28th and 27th, and then actually you know, it got this key level from the 27th, which is just above 25, and then now it's testing the big resistance level. It's filled the jar back up to this 28 resistance zone, and so this is what it has to break, the high close about, you know, just below 28.5, about 28.2. If you can see a close above that level, that's going to signal it wants to head higher. The jar has been filled now. You know, it came down and then it's come back up, and so the cycle is complete. You know, it went down, it's retraced, and it's made the move back up. So now it's either going to double top here at 28, you know, this 28.5 level, or it's going to break above. If it can break above, that's going to signal it wants to head higher. You know, the volume is promising. It did have the volume. You know, it made this move before on the 24th. You can see over here, but it failed to follow through. You know, it ended up topping out. And so we'll see if this is the start of the next push, if it can break through resistance. Okay, check out GOHE. This stock made a really big move today. It closed up 133%. You know, it had been on a nice run. It was one that we had alerted at lower levels. It was, you know, it's an over-the-counter stock, so not many people know about it. We are looking for a break above the 200-day simple moving average. That did happen on Monday. There was big follow through yesterday. It formed this indecision candle here with the black spinning top. But today there was giant follow through. You can see huge volume came into the trade. 65 million shares traded. This is a penny stock. It's at 7 cents. But it's breaking out here. It made a new 52-week high up here. You know, it's busting out above the highs of 2017. And then you can see here the next support level, if the candles do work back into the bands, are all the way down here at 0.0447. If you look on the weekly chart, you know, you can see here it busted above the high close from February. And so the break above this green line here, above 4 cents, was signaling more upside. And then it got above the 200 and 300 week moving averages. That's the red and blue line here. And so that signaled more upside. And it did break out and it closed above those levels. So if it does pull back, you want to see it stay above 5. If it can stay above 5, that's going to signal it wants to head higher. Right now, it's above 2015 high close resistance, which is 6 cents. It would be very bullish if it stayed above 6 cents. And that was also a key support level from 2015 levels, and then back in 2014 that was a key level as well. And so a break above 6 cents would be really bullish if it could stay above that level and close above that level for the week. And then you're talking about, you know, there was this high from 2016 that the 10-cent level is going to be a big level. You can see back here in 2013 and 14 that was a big level. And if it can get above 10 cents, then it could really get running. And you know, you have the high from 2014 all the way up there at 32 cents. So keep an eye on this stock. It's breaking out right now. It has, look at the volume. It's having the biggest volume week in the I'm pretty sure the history of the stock, at least in this time frame. Yeah, so keep an eye on GOHE. It is in the marijuana and cryptocurrency sector. It's in both, so it's firing on all cylinders. So yeah, keep an eye on it. MGTI, it's heating up. It had some news out today. They put out a company update. RSI and Fasto are both in the bull zone. You have the candles here trying to break out above high close resistance. The closing price on the 27th was the key level to close above. It did close just above that level today, so we want to see it stay above that level. If it can, the next target to break is this 285 zone right here. That's the closing, the resistance from back here on the 27th and October 1st, 27th of September and October 1st. So if you can get if you see it stay above this 246 level, and then it gets above, you know, 246, 245, and then it gets above, the next target is going to be 285. And if you can see it break above and close above 285, that's going to signal it wants to head higher. You know, it's had a good recent volume. Notice the volume spike today. So we're going to see if MGTI can follow through. Take a look at BTCS. This is the... let's see, I want to show you the daily chart first. Or wait, this is the 15-minute chart. Okay, yeah, I guess I showed you the same chart twice. Let's look at this right here real quick. Yeah, you want to take a look at the daily chart here, because this has been setting up, and there's just a key level, 2 key levels it needs to break. It needs to get above 12 cents and 13 cents. And so once it gets above 13 cents, it should signal that it wants to head higher. That's what we're looking for. If you look here on the chart, it's been winding tight here. There's a good recent volume. It's holding the middle Bollinger Band. It has to stay above 10 to be in play. And then if it can get above the 50-day simple moving average at 12 cents, basically the green line, that's going to signal more upside potential. That's what we're looking for next. And then a close above this gold line, which is the 100-day simple moving average. Basically, we're calling it 13 cents. If it can close above 13 cents, it wants to head higher. So if it can hold, it has to hold 10 and break above 13, and that would signal BTCS is in play. If you look here on the 15-minute chart, it's wound super tight. Notice the Bollinger Bands here are really tight. That's the lower Bollinger Band, the upper Bollinger Band. It's trying to bust through the upper Bollinger Band right now. They're currently, the lower Bollinger Band's at 10.6 and the upper Bollinger Band's at 11. These are just super tight. And so the big level is the red line there. That's the 200-day simple moving average at 0.111. If it can close above that level, start forming candles above that level on the 15-minute chart, that's going to be your signal that it wants to break out higher. So look for a break above that level to signal that BTCS is in play. And then if we look here at the BTSC chart, you can see here that it had a pullback. It's been pulling back. There is a gap between these two candles. So if it drops down here to this 25 level, 26 level, that would fill the gap. Right now it needs to hold the 30-cent level in MEA 13, the orange line. It's holding it right now. If it drops below, it could, the next target would be the middle Bollinger Band down here at 22. And you'd be looking for this gap fill. So it's going to be important that it bounces here. Otherwise, just wait for the gap fill and a potential bounce off the middle Bollinger Band. As long as that middle Bollinger Band holds, the uptrend should continue. Okay, let's look at SING. This stock had a nice breakout. It made that nice move. It ran up to 13, and then now it's pulled back and consolidated. It's it started worked back into the bands, and today it did close below EMA 4. So that is a red flag. That's the pink line there, and it's holding EMA 8. That's at 0.98. It needs to hold the 10-cent support zone. If it fails to hold 10 cents, then it could drop down lower. You could possibly see a middle Bollinger Band support test down here near 8 cents. It still has a strong uptrend. If it can get back above 10.4, that would be very bullish, and then we'd be looking for a break above the closing price on the 4th. And then another stock to take a look at, I have no idea what is going on with this thing. It had the big run. This is Bitcoin Investment Trust, or First Bitcoin Capital, BITCF. And then you notice back here in August, it had the really big run. It broke out, made a monster move. And so notice before the move how tight the Bollinger Bands were. The Bollinger Bands down here were super tight before the big breakout in August. So in July, it just consolidated, and then one day it just broke out. And so if you look over here at the setup, it's kind of a similar setup where you have the very tight Bollinger Bands. Volume is still very low. There has been a little uptick here on the 27th and 28th of November. Notice that volume was better on the last run. I believe this is on the gray sheets now. Nobody really wants to trade this, but I'm just every once in a while keep an eye on this to see if it's gonna get moving. If you see it break above the 50-cent level, that's going to be a signal that it's heating up, and then 75 is the big level on the chart. If it breaks above 75, then you could see it potentially make another move like it did in the past, but it could just freaking do nothing. I mean, I'm not sure if it even has quotes. And then one more to leave you with is FVRD. This is another one that's in the Bitcoin blockchain sector, and it did close today above the EMAs 4 and 8. So if it can stay above this pink, stay above 12, 0.012, then it will remain in play. If it drops below, it's no longer in play. Okay, yeah, so Bitcoin, here it is, pushing higher. Oh my gosh, as we were speaking, it made the nice move, and now it's up here at the high at 14.4. It looks like it could bust above 14.5. Yeah, we have the buyers here at 14.5. So yeah, Bitcoin is breaking out higher. Let's see. So you could see the resistance zone here. You could see the double top resistance zone. And so what you're looking for here is a break above. Unfortunately, I have the writing there. I need to get that out of there. But Yeah. So it's double topping right now, and then it could potentially break out higher. It's right there at that key level, 14,400. You know, if you start seeing candles forming above that level in the 15-minute chart, that's going to signal it wants to head higher. So yeah, so this is a big move back up there. This is the either double top or breakout. Because notice it came up, you know, it formed that little mini double top and then it pulled back, and then notice it had a double bottom right here, and then now it's back up at that same level. And so if it can break above the 14.4, you notice it's right at the level. That's going to be your symbol that wants to head higher. It has to close above that level, and then you could see that push up to 15,000. If it fails to break this level here, that could signal a potential, you know, double top, you know, intraday double top on this 15-minute chart and pull back. So it's real crucial that it breaks above. It, you know, it looks like it wants to. It's trying really hard. It wants to head higher. All right, thanks for viewing this video. Check us out at mychartcoach.com. You know, check out our app that we got going, our chat. You know, we put out all the alerts. We have really good information happening all throughout the day. So if you like, if you want to learn more, just hit the link below the video. Okay, thank you.